Hello and welcome to It's Cooking Bad. Now, if your kitchen skills really are cooking bad, then you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this lovely, super tasty, spicy chili. So let's get stuck in. So to make this lovely chili, this is what you're going to need. 500 grams or 17.6 ounces of a good minced beef, 200 ml or 7 fluid ounces of red wine, a can of mixed beans, a can of chopped tomatoes, a carton of passata, a large green pepper, an onion, and then you've got 3 teaspoons of cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of ground coriander, and 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. Now, this is quite a simple dish, not many ingredients, and you can make this for a family of 4 for less than £10. So that's 10 British pounds, which is going to be less than 10 American dollars. Right then, okay, so first job is to chop the things that need chopping. So I've chopped the onions and I've chopped the peppers into like a medium dice and they're ready to go. So let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cook off the minced beef. The reason I'm doing this is I want there to be as little fat as possible in the dish. So I'm going to cook it off and then I'm going to drain it. So there we are, a little bit of olive oil in there. We've all got to be health conscious. The last thing we want is to give people heart attacks. So let's cook this off till it goes brown. And then we'll just drain off any meat, any fat, and then we'll move on. So I'm going to break it down just so it cooks evenly. Brown it off until all the fat comes out, and then we're going to drain it out, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the ingredients. As you can see, that's sizzling nicely. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth doing this just for the healthier option. As you can see, this is cooking through nicely, but you can see there's quite a bit of fat here. So what I'm going to do before we carry on, I'm going to drain this off and just put this mince into a bowl. So now I've cooked the mince and drained off all the fat. I'm going to put the onions in. I'm going to give that a quick mix around. And then we're going to add the beef back in. Just one of these onions just for a second. So we don't need to put any more fat because there's still a little bit of fat residue on the bottom from the beef. Beef can go back in. And now we're going to go in with our red wine. Now I said 200 ml, but if you want to be a little bit more generous, then that is absolutely fine. There we go. And we're just going to let this bubble down on a medium heat. As you can see now, the wine is reduced by about half. So it's just a case now of adding the rest of the ingredients. You don't have to do it in any particular order, but this is the order I like to do it. So first I'm going to add all my spices in. So that's my cumin, my ground coriander and my chili powder. Give that a quick stir. The next thing I am going to add in is my peppers, which I chopped previously. So in they go again. Another quick stir. Smells amazing. It smells absolutely lovely. Lovely. There we go. Next, I'm going to go in with my beans. Now, I've chosen mixed beans purely just because I like a little bit of variety in my bean. Traditionally, you can use kidney beans, but just use whatever you've got in your cupboard, really. Then I'm going to go in with my chopped tomatoes. Perfect. And then lastly, my passata. Now, if you think this is a little bit too thick, you can always add a little bit of water. Let's see how this does. Make sure I get it all in there. There we go. Give that a stir. have to say that looks pretty good actually. So now I'm going to turn down the heat and let that simmer away gently for about 20 minutes. Now this is finished cooking, I'm going to leave this because it's best to be left for a few hours because it just makes the flavour more intense. And with a lot of the dishes like this, it's best served the second day. Okay, so I've plated this up on a bed of rice with some chips, or as you Americans would say, some steak fries. And I've also added some grated cheddar cheese and a blob of sour cream. All that's left to do now is to eat it. So hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Videos in the future, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect air fryer chips and the perfect rice. So I'm going to get stuck in.